Okay, everybody, so we are back going on with the adventures of Dong-eun. I think it's Dong-eun. My bad. Please forgive me once again. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. This 360 recaps. Okay, so is this her from the past? I always expect a flashback, and it looks like it is. I don't think this is this is a flashback. Dang, those burns are bothering her. Who is this the same chick? Yeah. Dang, it's like they're not even gonna let her just live her life. They're like, we are waiting for you. That's unfortunate. Because if she wanted to study architecture, wow, so they even had that tension at a younger age amongst themselves. But it's sad, like if she actually wanted to be an architect, then she diverted all that energy away to get revenge. And they have her sleeping at their feet. That's really interesting, like the symbol of the cross. And then she's almost crawling toward it as and they have like almost religious music playing in the background. She got some crazy eyes. And they are dragging her back. And I'm pausing it for a second. And in certain Asian cultures, it's unpolite or it's not polite to like cross your feet in front of certain people because it shows that like you're showing the bottom of your foot. And that's like the grossest example of that. I'm not quite sure if that's the same with Korean culture, but that's what I've heard in certain cultures. Wow. And she stayed there to the very end, still clapping. Because she unnerved her. She's realizing she knows things about me. Pausing. And you know what? I almost kind of wonder if, like, what lesson this film or this series is teaching. Because if Dong-eun had never really interjected, would these people have just continued living on their seemingly perfect lives? Or would there have been some sort of like recompense? Anyway, you tell me in the comments if you think that like karma is real and that they would have actually experienced some form of it, or if they would have just kind of gotten away with things if Dong-eun had just not intervened.
너는 뭔가 변했다. 고딩 때는 흑백이었는데 뭔가 알록달록해졌달까?
그런가? 그만 가봐야겠다. 방송 잘 볼게, 박연진. 게시판에 종종 글 써도 되지?
Dang, she knows that like
암튼
she's watching her.
반가웠어 다들. 근데 재준아, 넌 모르잖아. 알록달록한 세상.
Dang! Oh, she went there. Oh, pinching that nerve. Ooh. And you guys know, but he beat the crap out of somebody else for like talking about his color blindness.
요즘 내가 진짜 헷갈려. 너보다 내가 운전을 더 많이 하는데 월급은 씨발 왜 네가 쳐갔지?
And he's feeling sensitive now, so he is gonna bully him.
아, 옛날에 걔? 옛날에 네가 입막은 걔.
He's trying to hide that he's been working with it.
운동원이랑
What?
돌았어? 병신으로 컨셉 확정한 거야?
Dang, man, what's it like to be his fucking lackey, dude?
야경 너무 이쁘다. 오빠, 나 그냥 오빠랑 여기서 살까?
He don't want you to stay there. Dang, he's just about insulting anybody. Pausing. So the thing that I find really interesting is the dynamic that these people feel money gives them. And they know that they can say almost anything to anybody because they can throw a little bit of money their way and make them feel a certain way. Because this woman reminds me of the meteorologist or the writer at the weather station. It's like willing to put up with crap if, hey, I buy you a ticket to this other country, or I allow you to hang out in my hot tub. And you can tell that the wealthy just do not respect like the common person because they're so easily manipulated. I can say anything to them as long as I give them these little trinkets. That's a crazy mentality to develop, and a strange thing to see. And I think that's the reason why I think the show is partially about like classism, whether or not it's just in Korea or anywhere. All right, continuing on.
근데 하나야, 너 빨간 머리랬지?
빨강이잖아. 안 보여?
What's he gonna do?
하나야, 내가 제일 싫어하는 년이 누군 줄 알아? 빨간 머리 애니랑 빨간 망토 차차야.
Green Gables.
빨간 머리 하나도 외롭고 슬프지만 굳세게 살게 해줄까 오빠가? 어?
살 거 아니까 이러는 거 아니야. 그래, 다녀오겠습니다.
I like the bowing in Asian cultures.
여정 선배님이 원장님 아들이에요.
진짜? 저 원장님 아들이래? 와, 나 딸인 줄. 핑크가 진짜 잘 어울리거든.
와 진짜구나. 원장님이 만든 거죠?
거기까지 가는 거야? 그건 네이버에 물어봐.
He's like, let's just not talk too much about it.
아
Ooh.
근데 오늘과 길도 다 외우세요?
여정이 엄마가 제이종 사촌 언니거든요.
아
네?
That was good comedic timing. I really enjoyed that.
여기 CS가 몇인데 아빠 거 이제 네 거야 진다.
For some reason, I like the mother as an actress. What is that, a letter opener? Oh no, it's a scalpel. Is this a custom that I don't know about? Like writing a letter to a deceased relative? Can somebody tell me that in the comments? What? Who is this guy? Oh, okay.
넌 나한테 줄 거부터 가져와.
He's somebody's lackey. He'll jump on somebody's team. Like, it is sad for her. But you know what? With her, I find it interesting because it's like you pity her a bit because she is the joke in that group, but at the same time, she's a complete witch to the people who are around her because she wants somebody to like look down on. So it's like I can't find too much pity for her. Like she wants to be the same level of cruel and the same level of petty as those other kids or people rather. But we're kind of made to identify her because she keeps getting dissed on so hard on a regular basis, but she would do it to somebody else in a heartbeat.
강아지, 점심 맛있게 먹었어? 엄마 이제 퇴근하려고.
Oh, she about to find out that she's got a new teacher.
실수로 실내화에 우유 쏟아서 촉촉해져서 맨발이야.
맨발이라고?
근데 오늘부터 양옥경 선생님이 아니야. 반갑겠다. 엄마 친구니까.
Oh!
바뀐 선생님. 문동은 선생님.
Oh!
누구라고?
And again with the dark clothing.
잘들 지도 편달 바랍니다. 교장 선생님.
선생님이 그만.
Who is this guy?
새로 담임을 맡게 된 문동은 선생님이야.
Kids really that excited about getting a new teacher? She even kind of looks like the younger version of her. It's an interesting tension that they're showing where it's like, is she going to do something to her? Is she not going to? Are these teachers creeping on her?
사장이랑 무슨 사이일까? 이 사장이 직접 소개까지 하고
Why this dude on the left look like
하는 거겠지.
like Korean Ringo Starr. Like, what is up? What's up with that curl? My dude. My dude. Ooh. It's like, I feel like what Dong-eun has been doing is moving these pieces into position carefully. And now you're starting to see the culmination of it all. She's stone-faced because she's been expecting this. What an environment for them to interact in. She's trying to put up a strong front.
제대로 들어온 거지?
But you can tell she's unnerved.
그걸 모른다니 실망이야. 내 꿈인 박연진.
Dang.
있잖아. 또 보자고.
하루하루 재밌었겠다. 그럼 그냥 그때 죽었어야지.
누구 좋으라고.
Ooh.
너 같은 나쁜 년도 이렇게 잘만 사는데 내가 왜?
Wow.
환영해. 연진아.
그래 해봐. 어디 한번.
So the thing that I really noticed was the fact that she raised her voice. Yeah, she was hot. She's bothered, but she raised her voice, showing that she had a lack of control. Wow. Did she take out that teacher? Oh, and she's singing that like she understands now.
네가 교사가 됐어? 네가 대학을 갔어?
네, 선생님. 다 선생님 덕분이에요. 감사합니다, 선생님.
내가 받을게. 아버지 천식이 있으셔서 꽂히는 안 돼. 특히 백합은.
장학사 시험 붙으셨더라고요.
넌 뭔 소식이 이렇게 빨라? 나도 듣자마자 온 건데.
저 자퇴선 됐던 날도 시계까지 풀어놓으시고.
그 입 안 젖혀!
아버지.
이런 거머리 같은 년! 이 쓰레기 같은
Wow.
년!
You're really showing who you are.
아버지! 네가 내 인생만 쓰고 잘 살 수 있을 줄 알아?
Wow, he knows.
그때 그냥 아주 죽여놨어야 됐는데.
Wow.
제 인생 망치실 때 그런 걱정하셨어요?
우동원 잠깐만. 너도 진정 좀 해봐. 아버지 일단 들어가세요.
And see, he
그년만 다 거짓말해. 들을 것도 없어.
설명 좀 해봐. 이게 뭐야? 무슨 상황이야?
교육청 게시판에 올리기 전에 선배님께 먼저 온 거예요.
교육청?
물론 알죠. 선배님은 제가 없는 거. 근데 그때 저도 제가 없었거든요. 선배님은 이렇게 어른이지만 전 고작 18살이었거든요.
like I said, was he the kid playing basketball? Yeah, she's not gonna say anything. And he's got that watch.
벌써 축하 꽃다발이 와요, 아버지. 저도 이제 아버지예요, 아버지.
Did the son do it?
아버지잖아요.
Hey guys, just as a quick side note, if you're looking for a cool gift for a niece, nephew, grandson, granddaughter, or just for the kid in your life, I create personalized books for kids between the ages of 4 and 10 years old. I have parents choose from a list of dreams, occupations, or things that their kid may want to be when they grow up. Whether it be their favorite superhero, as a rock star, as a scientist, as a doctor.
I also create personalized composition notebooks that kids can take to school where they can be anything they want on the cover.
So if you're interested in taking a look at one of those and supporting this channel, you can sign up via one of my Patreon tiers that gives you access to the full and edited version of these reactions, in addition to getting a free personalized book for a kid in your life. All right, back to the show.
지금 그게 무슨 소리야?
저 이제 평가만 남은 거 아시죠? 장학사가 눈앞이에요.
그거야 이 아빠가 힘쓸 테니까. 그래 퇴임했어도 그래 수아나 창문 좀. 아니야.
Wait a second.
이 바닥 소문 빠른 거 아시잖아요.
Did
평판
did Dong honeypot this guy? Did Dong-eun honeypot this guy and convince him to murder his own father?
이제 아버지가 제게 해주실 수 있는 거
Wow.
존경스러운 아버지로 근정 훈장 수상자 아버지로 남아주세요. 부탁드려요.
I don't entirely understand. Was this because he fell in love with Dong-eun, or is it because he was afraid of how his father's reputation would look on him?
담임 자신이지. 내가 아니.
이 쌍년이.
그래, 그렇게 나와야지. 네가 하나도 안 변해서 얼마나 다행인지. 예솔 어머니?
She should be afraid now.
이 딸 예솔이는 맑고 여리고.
죽여버린다. 어디 우리
Wait a second.
끝 하나만 대봐. 어떻게 되나?
궁금해라. 어떻게 되는데? 내 몸은 이미 다 망가뜨렸고 내 영혼도 부서뜨렸고 네가 뭘 더 할 수 있는데?
You know what? When I talked about karma, maybe she is just the karma.
꿈도 꾸지 마. 내 정근 생각도 하지 마.
Wow.
넌 지금부터 그냥 당하는 거야. 내가 그랬던 것처럼.
Imagine, and with the game Go, you encircle your opponent, right? So imagine her feeling trapped that way. Where's she going? She's probably gonna scream or something like that. And see, this is like the real her. Like, it's not the pretty version of her, it is the ugliness that is inside. And I feel like that's actually what the cigarettes represent. Like, that is a manifestation of her internal ugly nature. And that ugly nature ruined her pretty little dress. Here goes her sidekick. Hey, I'm so glad we're seeing you again. Wow.
동창은 10, 친구는 50, 키우던 개는 100, 담임은 5만 원.
Wow.
그럼 넌 내
That's
결혼식
even
축의금
lower.
얼마일 건데?
100.
헐 대박.
원.
She's steady staying a part of this group, even though they keep dissing her over and over and over and over again.
하지만 잠시 우산 좀 부탁드립니다. 비서실에서 챙겨드리던 와인이 조수석에 있어서요.
Dang, that is interesting. That like that is almost an impropriety.
그 신 대표가 보낸 거면 100 이하는 아닐 겁니다.
전 이런 거 마실 줄도 모르고 정말 괜찮습니다, 대표님.
그럼 들어가는 길에 편의점에서 10,000원짜리 와인을 한 병 사요. 치즈도 좀 사고. 그 10,000원짜리 와인을 먼저 마시고 그걸 마셔요. 그럼 마실 줄 알게 될 겁니다. 내일 봅시다.
Interesting. So I can see how the guy is essentially saying, you know what? There really is no difference between the really expensive wine and the cheap wine. And of course, this is an allegory between the upper class and the lower class. Anyway, let's keep going.
내 세상이 온통 너라는 게.
And that is an interesting
내 세상이
juxtaposition.
온통 너인 이유로 앞으로 네 딸이 살아갈 세상은 온통 나겠지.
Wow.
그 끔찍한 원망은 내가 감당할게.
So that anger and that hate is gonna have to go someplace. Like Yeon-jin created it for her. She's gonna create that for the daughter. And she's saying that she's just gonna go ahead and take that resentment from the daughter. Oh, it's that nurse?
누가 이랬어?
I'm glad they showed a flashback so we remember who she was.
소희랑은 친했었니?
생리대 주세요. 날개 없는 거요.
잠시만.
Who is So-hee again? Were you introduced to her? Was she the girl? Was she the girl that they started bullying after her? Yeah.
전 방관자였어요. 그러다 제가 피해자가 됐고, 그래서 이제 전 가해자가 되려고 합니다. 좀 늦었지만 방관하지 않으려고요. 그럼
So there was a little girl being bullied before her?
싸움을 시작하는 건가? 꼭 이겨.
Wow.
문동훈도 36세 문동훈도 응원한다.
So she's 35. Okay, hold on. That's crazy. Because that means that for half of her life, she has been plotting for revenge. And maybe I'm wrong about this, but in Korean culture, by the time you're 35, if you're not like married and all those things, then you are seen as an old maid. So she really did commit her life to this revenge. All right, let's keep going.
이길게요, 선생님.
And I'm glad that the nurse is team her, because that nurse knew all the bull crap that was going on. And for a nurse to be like, you know what? I hope you crush these people, says something.
안 올 이유가 없는데?
너 애들 만났더라?
넌 말 안 했더라. 나 만난 거?
말할 이유가 없는데?
He's like, I hate them too.
어린.
He even said that stuff in English.
밥 먹었냐?
짧게 얘기할게.
길게 얘기하자. 밥 먹으면서. 뭐 좋아해?
What are they having, lunch? Okay, what's the point of this? Why is he dragging? He just wants attention from somebody. He just wants to feel important from someone. He's lonely, man.
이사라 약장부. 최 회장이 목매는 남자 신상. 내가 준 머리카락은.
일체.
Wow.
넌 이거.
안 치실? 뭐가 있는데 여기? 이게 더 좋은 거 확실해?
네 목적이 돈이면 확실해. 누가 있는진 직접 확인해봐.
What type of money is he
여기요.
gonna be able to get from here? What are we looking at? Oh.
그러니까 십몇 년을 여기 이러고 있었다고요? 윤소희가?
유가족이 동의 안 하면 우리 마음대로 시신을 뺄 수도 없거든요.
Really? Did he kill her?
그 뭐냐?
시체. 그건 좀 가족은 아니시랬죠?
예. 아, 친구입니다.
Was he her friend?
내 목적이 뭐냐고?
What is his connection to her?
날개짓이 태풍을 일으키길 바라냐고? 날개가 있겠니, 연진아? 나온 게 손명호에게 있으면 안 되는 거잖아. 손명호는 내 SD 카드야. 찍고 싶은 게 있어서 딸깍 끼운 거지.
이거 돈이 많이 되겠는데? 아, 문동훈 씨. 재밌는 년이 됐네?
Okay, I don't know what I missed there. But in the next episode, I'll tell you how I figured it out. Unless somebody says something in the comments.
오늘 오전에 갑자기 쇼크 와서요.
Okay, what's happening? That was his father? That's the physician, right? What's happening? I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little bit lost here, but like, was his father in a coma? Was that his patient? Okay, well, obviously, this trick is worried.
옆에도 그것도 안 되는 거야.
Ooh, can you imagine that? That
엄청 뜨거운 거 몸에 대진 않았어?
뜨거운 걸 몸에다 왜
Dong-eun has put the fear of God in this woman. Hold on, what did that kid say?
선생님이 벌 준다고 괴롭혀도 그것도 안 되는 거야. 어? 뜨거운 거. 엄청 뜨거운 거 몸에 대진 않았어?
뜨거운 걸 몸에다 왜 대? 너무 나쁘다.
Oh,
혼나야 돼.
even the little girl knows that that's wrong. He's going there looking for her. Excuse me. What an interesting place for like a man of his social and economic status to kind of hang out in. And I guess it's because like that rich guy was hanging out there. Oh, wait a second. The guy who was the like chairman of that school? I don't know. I'll figure it out. And she is meticulous about making sure that all the right coincidences happen. Her showing up, him being there. And you know what? She is a interesting and a particular type of predator, because she isn't just going directly for her prey. She is luring her prey.
뭐 해서 먹고 사는데요?
순진한 남자 등도 치고 울리기도 하고.
So she's charming in a witty way.
별로였어요. 전 좋은 사람이거든요.
She's making a commentary on classism there as well.
가능성도 없고.
And she's making it seem like it's all about business, but in reality, it's so much more for her.
근데 연진아, 내가 바둑을 좋아하는 진짜 이유를 말해줄까? 그건 도박인데.
그런가요?
I guess there's some sort of law that like
침묵 속에서 욕망을 드러내고 매혹하고 매혹당하며.
I guess if you go
벗겨.
over a certain amount of money, then it's gambling.
않으면 그땐 그저 바둑인 거지. 좋죠? 도박.
And so she's saying that she's going to enter into this relationship with him in a way. All right. All right. Thoughts? Okay, so thoughts about this episode, and I'm going to keep this brief, but as thoughtful as I possibly can be. So you really start to see how Dong-eun, I think I'm pronouncing that more correctly now, is really starting to put her pieces into play. Now, she's been a masterful manipulator and player up until this point, but I think that when it comes to the arc of good storytelling, there's going to be something that confounds her plans or makes things a bit more complicated. Now, I thought initially that was going to be the woman that she started working with, but that actually started to be an asset to her. But things can't just go smoothly for Dong-eun. That's just not going to be interesting storytelling. So let's see how that all moves forward. Now, the guy that died, that is a little bit confusing to me, but I have a feeling that that's the guy that is that his name? The rich husband was meeting with. But it also seemed as if that was the patient of her doctor friend as well. So correct me if I'm wrong. What else is going on? Now, my young, the lackey, I mean, he's already said that he's all in with Dong-eun, and I think it's because he's just tired of being shit on, you know. And so she's the horse that he's going to bet on to try to kind of like increase his life circumstances. Now, I don't understand entirely Ma Young's, I think that's his name. Please forgive me. Or the lackey. I don't entirely understand his relationship with the young woman who either died or committed suicide. I wonder if he murdered her, or I wonder if he knew, or I wonder if he was actually friends with her, because it seemed as if he was really disturbed by learning about her death. And then lastly, the guy whose father was the teacher, why did he murder him again? Can somebody fill me in on that? I'm going to do a little bit of research, but if somebody wants to comment down in the comments, then that'd be really helpful. What else is going on? Her sidekick, the housekeeper, funny as usual. I'm actually really glad that they made sure to include her in this episode. If she hadn't been, I don't know if I would have necessarily missed her, but she's definitely somebody that I like seeing because she offers a little bit of comic relief. Yeah. And Hui, like the flight attendant, like, man, I've said it already, like at least a couple times, but they keep dunking on her. And I keep thinking that, and this is just kind of my experience in looking and observing the way in which stories are told, that you think that she is going to be willing to turn on them, but in reality, she's going to be the most loyal because she's really trying to become a part of like that whole like upper crust of society. What else is there? The commentary on classism, the whole wine thing where the rich guy was essentially saying the common wine is pretty much you drink the common wine the same way that you drink the expensive wine. And then the rich guy at one point saying, you know, you must make a lot of money, and her being like, no, I'm a good person. I mean, I don't know what that is. I don't know what the writer, director, and showrunners really believe and what they're trying to get across. I mean, a heavy-handed person is essentially going to say, or in this instance, if they're communicating, you're going to say, oh, it's because they're saying that, you know, eat the rich or the rich are bad. But yeah, what else is going on? Who else have I not mentioned? Sarah. I don't know if Sarah made like a huge appearance in this episode, but I think maybe she did. I don't remember entirely. Sarah to me seems somewhat like a side character. She almost seems like she is an accent to Yeon-jin. You know, like she's like an accessory to Yeon-jin, you know, but she doesn't seem as important. What else is there? And then the daughter, Yeon-jin's daughter. That is an interesting that's an interesting character because like Dong-eun said, she's innocent, but she's still going to cause her a certain level of misery. And I think that misery is going to be in exposing who her mother is. Okay, guys, this is 360 Recaps. This has been a great 4th episode. Can't wait to hear your comments and to see what you guys think, or what you people think. All right. I'm out.